Good morning, DTDCians, and welcome to the celebration of the 34th Foundation Day of our company.
अरे उत्कर्ष,
हाँ,
ये क्या है?
क्या है?
तुम लाइव सीधे चले गए?
हाँ, नहीं जाना था क्या?
हमने क्या बात की थी?
साथ में जाएंगे।
तुम तो साथ में तो आए नहीं।
क्योंकि शिव इतना एक्साइटमेंट था, इतना इंथुजियाज्म था, मेरे से कंट्रोल ही नहीं हुआ।
See, I can understand the excitement level because आज all over place में, world में इतने सारे DTDCians हमको देख रहे हैं और उन लोग का जो एक्साइटमेंट, इनफैक्ट आई वुड से हियर दैट लॉट ऑफ एक्स DTDCians आर आल्सो विशिंग ऑल ऑफ अस. सो एक्साइटमेंट लेवल यहाँ नहीं, अंदर नहीं, बाहर नहीं, सब जगह हो रहा है, राइट? तो ये तो बनता ही है, राइट? तो हम शुरुआत करते हैं अपने फाउंडेशन डे की, शुभारंभ करते हैं फाउंडेशन डे की. और शुभारंभ के लिए जैसा आप सबको पता है कि किसी चीज की भी अगर हम शुरुआत करते हैं तो हम दीप प्रज्वलित करके करते हैं, लाइटनिंग ऑफ लैंप से करते हैं. सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट एडमिन टीम टू ब्रिंग दिस हियर एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट अवर चेयरमैन, एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर एंड मैडम डायरेक्टर प्लीज कम ऑन स्टेज एंड प्रोग्राम की शुरुआत करते हैं. और जितने मेरे दोस्त DTDCian प्लीज कम, जितने भी मेरे दोस्त DTDCian हम सबको देख रहे हैं, तालियों के साथ जोरदार स्वागत कीजिए इस अवसर का. तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट कम नहीं होनी चाहिए. So, thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं, ये सेकेंड टाइम हम लोग लाइव जा रहे हैं ऑन अ फाउंडेशन डे. और इस फाउंडेशन डे में भी देयर आर मल्टीपल थिंग्स गोइंग टू कम एट योर डोर स्टेप. व्हाट आर दोज थिंग्स? यू हैव टू लिसन. एंड इफ यू रिमेंबर, हम लोग को आदत है सरप्राइज देने की. व्हेन आई से हम लोग को आदत है, DTDCians को आदत है सरप्राइज देने की. एंड देयर आर सरप्राइज बोनंजा से भरे हुए हैं हम लोग, राइट? ये इसको कैन यू प्लीज टेक दिस. सो नाउ क्या सरप्राइज है, क्या मैसेजेस हैं, क्या होने वाला है, कैसे होने वाला है, उसके लिए सबसे पहले मैं आमंत्रित करूंगा हमारे एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर श्री अभिषेक चक्रवर्ती जी का. प्लीज कम ऑन स्टेज एंड शेयर हिज थॉट्स विद ऑल ऑफ अस. तालियां बजाइए.
To my esteemed DTDCians across the world, warm greetings to each one of you as we gather once again to celebrate the joyous occasion of our Foundation Day. This day is more than just a celebration. It is a testament to the unwavering commitment and dedication of our extended global family, who have journeyed with us through thick and thin, always keeping the DTDC brand at the pinnacle of success. As I stand here today, I can't help but reflect on the incredible year we've had. To look at a few of those precious milestones: our fabulous collaboration with Aramex and the creation of DTDC worldwide, being an industry leader and launching DTDC Ship Assure with money-back guarantee, the awe-inspiring growth of e-commerce across channel partners and direct sales, the rapid progress in the features and growth of My DTDC, some really exciting wins through unified sales and key account management, India's first ever fully digital partner onboarding process through Project Amplify, and the formation of DTDC's executive committee that began a new chapter in DTDC's leadership. All of this while we delivered 156 million shipments, riding on bold expansions in our infrastructure and operating capabilities. And how can I forget that last year I stood before you with a question in mind: is being good enough, or do we want to go beyond? It was a question that emerged from the combination of our historical success as the DTDC brand, supported by the exuberant aspirations of all DTDCians to reach new heights. With the clarity that comes from this level of introspection, we established a vision that resonated with the deepest desires of our collective stakeholders. to be the most admired express logistics company in India. Building on this vision, we set forth organizational goals and objectives, laying down a clear path of how we would organize our business. Our focus on express logistics as our domain of expertise renewed our focus on a solid platform through which we would serve our customers' diverse needs. As the year unfolded, this powerful vision and new direction inspired us to relook at all aspects of our brand. We underwent a complete revamp of our identity, marked by the highly successful campaign, Let's Grow Together. This campaign not only captured our commitment to growth, but also reflected our belief in collective progress, inviting everyone to embark on this journey with us. And we'll hear a lot more about that today. However, we understood that to anchor our vision on something everlasting, we needed to delve deeper and uncover the true purpose of DTDC. So you may ask, why is purpose important? Purpose tells us why we do what we do, helping to guide our decisions while we pursue our vision. Laying out the statement of purpose sets expectations internally and externally as to what we stand for, helping to lead the company into the future. Thus, we embarked on a quest to find our true essence, the reason why we exist. To do this, we use the powerful Japanese concept of ikigai, which talks about doing what we love doing it well, and focusing only on those things that we have the power to control. We looked at DTDC using the 4 elements of the concept: DTDC's identity, DTDC's strength, its direction, and the opportunities. And through this approach, we became very clear about who we are and what our purpose is. DTDC has and always will be a people-driven organization that touches innumerable lives every day, carrying human emotions, aspirations, and dreams across the length and breadth of the country and the world. Our fundamental business design rests on our ability to understand people and creating avenues of growth together. In simple words, DTDC's purpose is that we are business people running a people business. Let's look at who are the people we serve, how do we serve them, and what we become for them. First and foremost, our dear customers. By creating reliable and joyful experiences for them, we become their trusted ally. Our lovely employees and partners. By caring for the relationship, by building integrity, and by being entrepreneurial, we become your family of choice. Our communities. Through the sustainable and responsible practices that DTDC will follow, we will become a pillar of society. And last, but absolutely not the least, our shareholders. Through shared value, we are creating value for all stakeholders. We become an asset, not just an investment. So, aligned with this powerful purpose, our team is empowered to deliver our desired results. With this context established, today, our executive committee leaders will be taking you through the fantastic developments of our company and what is in store for our near future, inspired by a vision, empowered by a purpose, and crafted for the people for whom we exist. So sit back and enjoy the program, and I will be back later to share a few more of my thoughts aligned with our wonderful theme today. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Thank you, sir. So, all of you have heard our executive director, what he spoke about. In a simple words, if I, give you a small brief, go beyond historical success, vision and building the success. Focus was more important, right? We are Express Logistics, go deeper, uncover more, purpose, ikigai, people-driven organization, carrying emotions, and more important, we are business people running people business. So I'm sure you are going to clap because I can see I have few audience in front of me, they are clapping. And all across in the world, people are also clapping to each other. So now time has come up to call upon one of our executive committee member who's going to address first time live to everyone across. And people normally know this gentleman as the Amitabh Bachchan of DTDC. So I would request Jatinder Sethi, please come on stage. Yes, sir. आपका ही
ஸ்ரீதரண்ணா லண்டன்ல இருந்து ஒரு ஆர்டர் வந்திருக்கு டிடிடிசில அனுப்ப முடியுமா?
நோ ப்ராப்ளம் மேம். உள்நாடோ வெளிநாடோ சேம் ப்ராசஸ் தான். மே டிடிடிசி ஆப்ல இருந்து ஒரு ரிக்வெஸ்ட் போட்டுருங்க.
அண்ணா கொஞ்சம் பார்த்து.
நோ டென்ஷன் மேம். நம்பிக்கை வைங்க.
देश हो या विदेश, हर सफर में हमारे पार्टनर्स आपके साथ चलते हैं।
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए DTDC, let's grow together.
A very good morning and a very happy Foundation Day to all the DTDCians. I, Jatinder Sethi, am here standing in front of you to bring you 4 important updates which we wish to disclose on this 34th Foundation Day to all our channel partners and as well as our employees. I'll use a mix of Hindi and English so that we have a varied audience. Some people might not understand English, some people might not understand Hindi. So it's in the benefit of all of the people present here. DTDC ने जब से शुरुआत की है, उसने हमेशा चाहा है कि जो भी उनके साथ जुड़ता है, उसको कुछ ना कुछ मिलना चाहिए. DTDC always wanted people to grow, people to earn, people to make a career for themselves. That is why thousands of entrepreneurs joined DTDC to fulfill their wishes, their dreams. And believe me, we have many such stories in this network. What I want to bring to the stage today is, keeping with the tradition of giving for all those 33 years which have gone by, today DTDC brings yet another gift for our esteemed channel partners. We name it as Freedom 2. What is Freedom 2? You must have heard of Freedom 1. We didn't call it Freedom 1, it was a freedom given to do business, but it was confined to a selected few channel partners. It was not open for all. You had to pass certain criteria, you have to be eligible to become a part of that scheme. But आज इस 34th Foundation Day पे मुझे ये बताने में खुशी हो रही है कि Freedom 2 स्कीम जो रोल आउट हो रही है, ये हमारी एंटायर चैनल कम्युनिटी के लिए रोल आउट की जा रही है. Freedom 2 स्कीम क्यों? मैंने पिछले 1 या 1.5 महीने में कम से कम 4000 चैनल पार्टनर्स को एड्रेस किया है. हमने देखा कि हमारे जो मार्केट का कंपटीशन है और हमारे जो चैनल पार्टनर्स हैं, कई लोग हमारे तक नहीं पहुंच पाते कुछ स्पेशल रेट लेने के लिए, कुछ क्रेडिट बिजनेस करने के लिए. तो ये फ्रीडम 2 स्कीम अलाउ करेगी हर चैनल पार्टनर को बिना मैनेजमेंट के पास आए, बिना कोई कोड क्रिएट करवाए, आराम से कंपटीशन से लड़ने की हिम्मत देगी. क्योंकि इसके जो रेट हैं, फ्रीडम 2 जो हम बात कर रहे हैं, एक पर्टिकुलर थ्रेशोल्ड के बाद आपको ऑटोमेटिकली इन नए रेट्स के ऊपर बिलिंग होगा. और ये रेट, बिलीव मी, आपको किसी भी मार्केट के कंपटीशन से लड़ने की पूरी सहायता करेंगे. तो बहुत जल्द हम ये स्कीम लॉन्च कर रहे हैं हमारे चैनल पार्टनर्स के लिए. उसके बाद दोस्तों, आपको याद होगा 2011-12 में डीटीडीसी में एक मुहिम चला था. वो मुहिम क्या था? हमारे पेप प्रोडक्ट जो लॉन्च किए गए थे 2010 में, जिसको हमने सक्सेसफुल किया 11-12 में आके, हम सोचते थे कि 50 रुपए हमें चैनल कस्टमर देता नहीं है, तो 150 या 200 रुपए क्यों देगा? तो हमने एक मुहिम चालू किया अपने ऑफिसेस को ब्रांड करने के लिए. वो ब्रांडिंग से हमारा पेप प्रोडक्ट ना ही सक्सेसफुल हुआ, लेकिन वो आपका एक मेन सोर्स ऑफ अर्निंग बन चुका. आज डीटीडीसी का नया अवतार है, नया लोगो, अनलीश किया गया है, नया ब्रांडिंग हो रहा है, तो उसी को लेके आने वाले समय में हम आपके पास आएंगे और ये ब्रांडिंग की नई मुहिम दोबारा से पैन इंडिया हम इसको लॉन्च करेंगे। इसके कोलैटरल्स, इसकी स्पेसिफिकेशन बहुत जल्द आप लोगों तक आएगी एंड बिलीव मी, इस बार फिर जो डिजर्विंग ब्रांडेड काउंटर्स होंगे उनकी इनॉग्रेशन नन अदर देन हमारे चेयरमैन सर और हमारे ईडी सर और हमारे अर्पिता मैडम करेंगी। मैं जानता हूं ये चीज एक उत्साह है, एक सेलिब्रेशन है, एक फेस्टिवल है डीटीडीसी के लिए, और मैं चाहूंगा उसी जुनून से, उसी पैशन से हम दोबारा डीटीडीसी के ब्रांड को एक नई ऊंचाई तक लेके जाएं। आशा करता हूं आप सब पूरे दिल से और पूरे जोश से हमारी इस मुहिम में हमारा साथ देंगे। अगर हमें सक्सेसफुल होना है तो सिर्फ बिजनेस एज यूजुअल करके नहीं होगा। आज की डेट में हम मार्केट में देख रहे हैं कि हमारे जो कॉम्पिटिटर्स हैं दे हैव बिकम डिजिटल। उन्होंने आदत डाल दी है हमारे कंज्यूमर्स को कि हर चीज का उनको एक प्रायर इंफॉर्मेशन मिलता है, तो डीटीडीसी भी पीछे नहीं रह सकती। मेरे कोलीग आएंगे, वो आपको और इसके बारे में जानकारी देंगे डिजिटल के बारे में, लेकिन मैं जिस पहलू को बताना चाह रहा हूं या रख रहा हूं आपके सामने वो है हमारी एक रेवोल्यूशनरी ऐप जिसे हम कहते हैं माई डीटीडीसी। माई डीटीडीसी ऐप लॉन्च किया गया ताकि हम अपने कंज्यूमर्स को एक कन्वीनियंस दें, सो दैट they do not have to come to our doorstep or our channel partners office to book a consignment. वो अपने घर की कन्वीनियंस से डीटीडीसी की सारी सर्विसेज इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। लेकिन हमारे चैनल पार्टनर्स का कुछ रेजिस्टेंस रहा उसमें अडॉप्ट करने में। हम समझते हैं वो रेजिस्टेंस क्यों था। तो ये जान के आपको खुशी होगी, आज मैं अनाउंस करता हूं कि माई डीटीडीसी ऐप में हम कैश बुकिंग ऑप्शन को भी ओपन कर रहे हैं, और इस सूचना से मुझे नहीं लगता कि अब हमें कोई भी माई डीटीडीसी ऐप को अडॉप्ट करने से रोक सकता है। और मैं जानता हूं जैसे कि आप लोगों ने ये 33 साल में कंपनी के साथ कदम से कदम मिला के काम किया है, और कंपनी जो कुछ भी नहीं थी और आज 2000 करोड़ से ऊपर का बिजनेस कर रही है, ये सब आपकी और कंपनी के एम्प्लॉयज की, हमारे सीएमडी सर की, ईडी सर की विजनरी है, जिसको लेके हम सब इकट्ठा चल के आज इस मुकाम पे पहुंचे हैं। और ये मुकाम कुछ भी नहीं है दोस्तों, ये हमने कोई फतेह नहीं किया है, कुछ नहीं, अभी तो बहुत मुकाम हमें हासिल करने हैं। चौथी चीज मैंने कहा 4 अपडेट्स मैं लेके आया हूं आपके पास। तो चौथा अपडेट जो एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण अपडेट है, हमारे स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनर हैं डीपीडी, और वो वर्ल्ड के पायनियर्स हैं। कौन से? पूडो कॉन्सेप्ट में। पूडो, पिकअप ड्रॉप ऑफ। डीटीडीसी उस कॉन्सेप्ट को पायनियर करना चाह रहा है इंडिया में, और इसमें जो विजन है डीटीडीसी का कि हम 75% पॉपुलेशन इंडिया का जो है उसके 500 मीटर के करीब हम पहुंच सकें, ताकि हर इंडियन सिटीजन को कोई भी अगर प्रोडक्ट लेना है उसकी कन्वीनियंस के हिसाब से, या उसने ड्रॉप करना है, ई कॉमर्स कंपनी जिनके लिए लास्ट माइल एक बहुत बड़ा कॉस्ट है, उसको अगर कम करना है, तो ये पूडो कॉन्सेप्ट है जो कि हमारे को आज के इस लेवल से आने वाले भविष्य में नेक्स्ट लेवल तक लेके जाएगा। तो दोस्तों, मैं अपनी बात यहीं अंत करता हूं। एक बार फिर मैं आप सबको 34th फाउंडेशन डे पे बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर। थैंक यू।
So let's thank the Amitabh Bachchan from Delhi and our very own DTDC and Jatinder Sethi. He gave us a lot of interesting updates, Freedom Express, the new retail guidelines, cash booking in My DTDC, and of course, the world-leading concept around Pudo. And now it's time to invite on stage our very own industry veteran, a man of processes and service levels, none other than our Director of Operations, Mr. Vinayak Malik.
तोनवा अधिकारी का घर यही है, उनके लिए डॉक्यूमेंट है।
নিশ্চয় আমার খুব বড় কম্পিটিশন বলেছিলাম না।
हो देश का कोई भी कोना उम्मीद की किरण को हम हर जगह पहुंचाते हैं।
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए DTDC, लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर।
Good morning, DTDCians. Wish you a very happy 34th Foundation Day. On this joyous occasion, on behalf of operations, we will share you certain key updates. This year, our focus is on BFSI. BFSI is the key industry where there is a huge growth that is happening. So we are adding 2,000 new PIN codes for BFSI within 1 month. This will not only help to increase the existing business from the existing customers, but will also help to bring in new customers. My DTDC Ship Assure is not only a premium guaranteed product, not only for DTDC, but for the entire industry. My friend Jatinder just spoke about My DTDC. We are adding 750 more PIN codes to Ship Assure in next 1 month. So happy selling with more guaranteed lanes. In addition to this, we are also working on the process improvements of first mile and last mile, which will help the CPs to be more effective and productive. Like, if any CP updates a wrong status by mistake, he has a second chance to update the correct status immediately on the same day. And will not this make the life of the CPs easy? Such processes are coming in next few months. So happy selling, and for all the channel partners and our operations team members, we want to tell everybody that we are targeting new benchmarks in service standards in the year to come. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Vinayak, for sharing us, announcements. And I was sitting there, I was noting down what are the announcement which Vinayak has. Very short in scripts, but happy selling. So he did happy selling from here. Whether it was BFSI, whether it is bringing new customer, whether My DTDC Ship Assure, or 750 more PIN codes. What else you need on this Foundation Day? Happy selling and the process improvement. Now guys, time has come up to call up another gentleman who is again a tall guy, and I was figuring out कि एक अमिताभ बच्चन तो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी है, दूसरे को क्या नाम दिया जाए. So अभी तक नाम हमने सोचा नहीं है, राइट? और मैं ये क्लू आप पे छोड़ता हूं कि आप क्या नाम देना चाहते हैं. आप हमको टेक्स्ट कर सकते हैं, व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं, सो दैट वी आर एंगेज. वी नो दैट आपने वीडियो भी देख रहे हैं, लाइव भी कर रहे हो, और आप हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए. सो लेट मी कॉल अपॉन ऑन स्टेज मनीष जैन, और डायरेक्टर्स सेल्स, प्लीज कम ऑन स्टेज.
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए DTDC, लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर.
Good morning, my fellow DTDCians. Today marks a momentous occasion as we celebrate our company's 34th Foundation Day. It is with immense pride and gratitude that I stand before you, reflecting on the remarkable journey our DTDC has undertaken since the inception. 34 years ago, a vision was born, a vision that sought to revolutionize the industry, inspire innovation, and make a positive impact on the lives of people around the world. Our founder guru, Shri Subhashish Chakravarti, unwavering determination and commitment to excellence laid the cornerstone of this organization. And it is his guidance that continues to navigate us forward. As we look back on our past achievements, we are filled with profound sense of accomplishment. Over the years, we have grown from a small team with a big dream to a global force with widespread presence. Each milestone we achieved, every obstacle we overcame, and every success we savored was possible due to the collective efforts of our employees, channel partners, and stakeholders. Our success story would not be complete without acknowledging the trust and support of our customers. Their belief in our product and services fuels our drive to continually push the boundaries of innovation and deliver solutions that exceed expectations. I take this opportunity today to speak my heart out, my wish, which is to see the entire vertical sales team as one team with one goal. The goal to see every sales member to sell for the organization, not for DP, not for CP or international or integrated e-commerce, the unified way of selling, wherein the potential and the first mile requirement of our customers is the deciding factor, whether it needs to be managed by a CP team, a growth account EP team, or a key account EP team. We have a very unique proposition, which makes us a very, very unique organization in this very difficult competitive market. We have a strength of 14,000 strong channel partners. We have a strong, multifaceted, dynamic, talented sales team, a blend which can give us that extra advantage. Let's leverage that. Another opportunity, my friend Vinay talked about it, is BFSI, banking and financial sector. It can be a bank loan document, it can be a PIN mailer or a TDS certificate, or the fastest growing debit card and credit card distribution business. The business which we have never ventured into in such a large way. And just to share some numbers, in May 2023 alone, all private banks put together have added 1.8 million credit card users, 18 lakh new users just in 1 month. What does that mean for us? 18 lakh credit cards, 18 lakh PIN mailers, and similar number of statements. Add all this up, what we are talking about is 1.5 lakh shipments every day just from the private banks. Add PSU bank into it, this number doubles up easily. And to acquire, retain, and grow this business, we need support from all of you, from each DMC, each branch in charge, every processing team member at our hub, every channel partner, and most importantly, their delivery staff. We need to get into the habit of doing first time right approach. We need to run our last mile operation on zero defect campaign. Not even a single fake NDR, not even a single delivery update or a misplaced shipment. Every such incident will tarnish our reputation and these banks will lose the trust on us, which we can never think of in DTDC world. Together, we can create a legacy that goes beyond profit and one that stands the test of time. Just want to end by saying, looking ahead, we see a future full of endless possibilities. The challenge may be many, but so are the opportunities. As we embrace new technologies, foster creativity, and empower our workforce, we are confident that we will continue to thrive in an ever-changing world. Together, let us continue to shape a brighter future for our company, for the industry, for our country, and our generations to come. Thank you all for being part of these extraordinary celebrations. Thank you and enjoy your day.
Thank you, Manish. Thank you for those powerful words. 1.5 lakh shipments, not in a year, not in a month, in a day. दोस्तों 1.5 लाख शिपमेंट एक दिन के. One team, one goal. Let's leverage our extra advantage. Now, I would like to call upon another industry leader and a veteran, a true veteran in its own form, a statesman, Mr. Ritwik Burman. Pleasure to have you on stage.
भैया H14 Max Red Edition.
रेड एडिशन का तो स्टॉक खत्म है
बेटा बाद में ले लेंगे।
अरे बाद में क्यों, बस 10 मिनट में ले लीजिए, नया स्टॉक बस आ गया।
जब मुस्काने हो बांटनी, आपके बिजनेस से जुड़ के हम हर मुश्किल को आसान बनाते हैं।
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए DTDC, लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर।
Thank you, Utkarsh, and good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to wish a happy Foundation Day to all DTDCians, not only in India, but across all our global subsidiaries, our ISJ countries, and family members as well of all the DTDCians who are watching this wonderful program live. I represent a flagship business of the organization, which is international business, which is not only confined to India, but across all the subsidiaries of in the different parts of the world. What a story which has unfolded in the last 1 year. The way our ED talked about, a summarized view in terms of what has happened last year, I would like to dwell a little bit in details in the sense that in the year 2000, our chairman had basically started this journey. And over the last 22 years, international business has grown from a very basic level to a fantastic platform. But in the last 1 year, we know that our strategic partner Geopost acquired a global integrator, which is Aramex, and that's how DTDC and Aramex started coming together. And this coming together is not about only in India, but it's all across the world. I would speak about India. We all are aware about what's happening in India. But across the world, as I speak today, I would really like to share that, in UK, along with Aramex, DTDC UK has done some fantastic work over the last few months. And on 7th of June, which is about 1.5 months from now, our chairman inaugurated our new office of DTDC UK, and can you believe it? It is inside the premises of Aramex. So it is not about DTDC Aramex coming together, but physically two organizations under one roof has come in the month of June. And that's a kind of a historical event which started, which was led by chairman. And over the last couple of months, both chairman and our ED had been visiting UK primarily to develop the UK-India business and to see that, DTDC is really being reckoned there as a very strong force as far as Indian subcontinent is concerned. Similarly, in the same lines, we are looking at US, and in the next couple of months, our US team is working towards moving into the Aramex premises in JFK. So, so literally, the two organizations across the world has been coming together, and together we are, in whichever geographies we are becoming a strong force to reckon with. Now let's come to India. The greatest gift which we received in the last 1 year, in fact on 1st December, when our unique international identity worldwide was born. And that is something which is primarily a handiwork of the collaboration between DTDC and Aramex in India. And today, worldwide is becoming a very, very strong identity, a strong brand among international business users across India. And what has been the journey about Worldwide One? Fantastic journey. We launched it on our franchisee day in 7th of February. And over the last few months, in fact, I'm very happy to announce that in June, 45% of our shipments which moved are through Worldwide. That means out of every 100 shipments, 45 has been through Worldwide. And this has just not been possible without the support which we have received from all our partners, our customers across the country. In terms of Worldwide, some fantastic news coming up. We all know that we are entering the festive season with Rakhi business coming up on Rakhi is coming up on end of August. So we are releasing the Worldwide Rakhi offer this week, which will be a fantastic, very attractive offer for the 6 main countries where Rakhi moves, where NRI population is there, and we are pegging ourselves, in terms of 20 to 25% competitive than what our integrators are offering in the market at a market comparable TAT. Countries like UK, UAE, Singapore, Australia, etc. So this is something which will get unraveled very, very soon. And very important is that by the end of this quarter, we are moving in from worldwide version 1, that is 88 countries, to worldwide version 2, that is 200 countries, where we will offer the world to all of you. So today, whatever 45% shipments which are moving on worldwide, we obviously expect it to cross the 50% mark, but move towards 60, 65, 70% of the business. And that's what is the way in which we want to create our unique identity in the market. In terms of worldwide, in the same lines, all of you are aware that, we have launched our 3 focus products last year, primarily cross-border e-commerce, imports and freight. Rapid strides have been made. In terms of cross-border e-commerce, we are about to cross the 1 lakh mark shipments. We've already crossed 90,000 shipments, and 1 lakh mark is about to get over, which is a fantastic move. We built the capability to deliver shipments to Amazon warehouse, which is called FBA. We moved 300 plus shipments on FBA, and that has all come from all of you. So this is something which we really want to leverage going forward. On imports, again, huge strides have been made. We've launched a micro website wherein your queries, your bookings can come through the site. It is fully automated. One does not need to call up people and get things done. And last but not the least is our freight forwarding capability, where apart from various actions what we are doing, we are releasing a single rate card, which is the worldwide rate card along with Aramex, where we have import rates from China to India, FBA to USA, and console rates to Dubai. So all this is coming up within the next couple of weeks. So we are all set to go as far as not only worldwide, but all the focus products which are concerned. And all this is happening not just from direct customers, but or from retail channel customers, but it is happening from all of you, our dear channel partners. It is through the CPDP arrangement. As I talk, over the last 3 months, we've crossed 15 new CPDP accounts in international, which was never there. So this is something which is a contribution which is coming, a partnership, a collaboration with all of you. So all in all, what I would like to say is that time has come. Please join the DTDC international movement. It has all started now. So let's grow together. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Ritvik, for giving such a exciting news to all of us, whether it was a story of DTDC Aramex, whether it was Rakhi Business Worldwide Offer. Festive seasons are coming in from 88 countries to 200 countries. I believe it's a wow moment for all of us. We can have a clap. 1 lakh shipment mark, cross-border import and single rate card. What else you need? आज आपकी डायरी कहते हैं ना भर जाएगी लिखते लिखते कि कितने अनाउंसमेंट और कौन से अकाउंट अनाउंसमेंट में हमको फोकस करना है. So now let me call, and again this time it's a further क्या बोलते हैं उसको, एक पहली हो गई है मेरे लिए और आप सबके लिए कि जो दूसरे जेंटलमैन आने वाले हैं वो भी टॉल है. एक अमिताभ बच्चन ऑलरेडी है, दूसरे का नाम मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बोल दिया है, तीसरे का नाम भी आपको सोचना है कि उनको क्या और कौन सी पर्सनालिटी हम कहें. बट फॉर फिलहाल DTDC के लिए ही इज अवर डायरेक्टर IT, ऋषि सरीन. बट ऋषि सरीन व्हेन आई से ऋषि कपूर नहीं कह रहा हूं मैं. So you can't tell him as a Rishi Kapoor as a Bollywood hero, but Rishi के आगे हम क्या कर सकते हैं. So welcome Rishi Sareen on stage.
ஸ்ரீதரண்ணா, லண்டன்ல இருந்து ஒரு ஆர்டர் வந்திருக்கு. DTDCல அனுப்ப முடியுமா?
நோ ப்ராப்ளம் மேம். உள்நாடோ வெளிநாடோ சேம் process தான். मैं DTDC ஆப்ல இருந்து ஒரு ரிக்வெஸ்ட் போட்டுருங்க.
அண்ணா கொஞ்சம் பார்த்து.
नो टेंशन मैम, नம்பிக்கை வைங்க.
देश हो या विदेश, हर सफर में हमारे पार्टनर्स आपके साथ चलते हैं.
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए DTDC. Let's grow together.
Good morning, everybody in the DTDC family. It is an honor to be addressing the entire DTDC family and I would like to take this opportunity to thank CMD sir, Abhishek sir and Arpita ma'am for setting up the vision for this organization, the entire family leading it from the front. Having said that, 34 years back when CMD sir laid down the foundation of this organization, he had a vision. और जैसा कि कहते हैं कि मैं चलता गया, लोग जुड़ते गए और कारवां बनता गया, and this कारवां has become the DTDC family. And on behalf of the technology team, the entire technology team, I would like to thank CMD sir for giving us the opportunity to be part of this family. Having said that, digital, when it comes digital, right, DTDC has been leading digital in the logistics industry. When I say that, there are clear examples. When the My DTDC app was launched, it was the first of its kind in the entire logistics industry. Digital transformation has been growing and is getting imbibed in every process of DTDC. Like the last year when we went offline to online, and you all should be proud in the DTDC family that this was done in record time. And what happens, what benefits the entire family gets is that we are online always. The continuity of business keeps on happening. There is a recent example. जब हमारे जयपुर ऑफिस में अभी पीछे आग लगी थी, they started operations with the handhelds, without the desktops. The operations was not impacted. Nobody would have come to know that there is a major breakthrough and the shipments are getting delayed. This is what digital can get you. Now what is coming next? There are many wins which have happened. Past is, to be learned, to be enhanced. Now what is coming in? Very soon we would be launching all applications being accessed through one single user ID and password, which will mean that you don't have to remember multiple user IDs, passwords, right? Paperless operations, and I was talking offline with my friend Jatinder. जब हम paperless operations बोलते हैं, what is that digital would mean here, which would mean all virtual CNs, no paper DRS, right? Everything on smart track, real-time tracking of people, real-time sorting of shipments for franchisees. This is something that we are working on. Having said that, when you go digital, security becomes paramount. So, to all the users, the entire technology team is committed to give you a secure platform. And as the DTDC family, let's imbibe this digital transformation and take DTDC to the next levels. Last but not the least, for our channel partners, I'm happy to announce that the revamp architecture design for the FR Plus website has started. This will be one of the most modern websites which will be available not only on the desktop but on the mobile in form of an app and a path to the creation of the super app. This is something that we would be delivering it in this very soon. The work has started. This is one of the major announcements which I wanted to make. Thank you everyone, and we stay committed.
सौम्या अधिकारी का घर यही है, उनके लिए डॉक्यूमेंट।
खूब बड़ो कंपटीशन हो देश का कोई भी कोना उम्मीद की किरण को हम हर जगह पहुंचाते हैं।
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए DTDC, लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर।
Thank you, Rishi, for sharing us such important information, whether it is one single user ID or paperless operation. ये सोच के भी मतलब दिमाग एकदम गुम जाता है कि क्या चीज हम लोग लेके आने वाले हैं, राइट? पेपरलेस ऑपरेशंस. Security, which is more important, whether it is personal security, information security, professional security, everywhere it is very important, and very important aspect he has touched upon. And of course, he has spoken about the digital transformation. Thank you, Rishi, once again. Yes.
इतना बड़ा अवसर है, इतना बड़ा माहौल है. I have a dugout moment.
Dugout.
हाँ जी.
So ये डगआउट, आई एम श्योर आप सब ने डगआउट के बारे में सुना होगा, जाना होगा, क्योंकि काफी सारे डगआउट्स हम लोग कर चुके हैं. अब दिमाग में sometime comes in those who might have not thought about it or might have not seen till now. Dugout is something that where we celebrate our small wins in a simple word. And you can see here is one bell. And you may be wondering, ये हो क्या रहा है, लाइव मूवमेंट में बेल कैसे आ जा रही है? So यही है चमत्कार हम लोगों का, आईटी का चमत्कार है, हमारे टेक्नोलॉजी का चमत्कार है, जिसकी वजह से. So Utkarsh, you can go ahead with the dugout movement.
Sure, Shiv.
Yeah.
So Abhi, when we started, our ED referenced our campaign. The campaign called Let's Grow Together, which basically brought in our logo change, and it kind of enthralled the audience across India. This campaign has been critically acclaimed. It has won several awards domestically, from a merit award in the Abbeys to the gold in marketing excellence. And now, friends, this campaign has conquered the world. We are very proud to share a victory for all DTDCians, that our campaign, the Let's Grow Together campaign, has been awarded globally in the Marketing Excellence Awards of the Geopost Group. I'm sure all of us are feeling a lot of pride right now. Can we have the AV from the awards, please?
And for our grand finale, we have another award, the Special Award. The campaign was focused on reinforcing trust in their brand and creating connections with shippers and consumers. The campaign has real heart and feeling, as well as a serious message to support the business.
Congratulations to the DTC team for their Let's Grow Together campaign. And let's look at one of the videos.
ஸ்ரீதரண்ணா, லண்டன்ல இருந்து ஒரு ஆர்டர் வந்திருக்கு. DTDCல அனுப்ப முடியுமா?
நோ ப்ராப்ளம் மேம். உள்நாடோ வெளிநாடோ சேம் ப்ராசஸ் தான். मैं DTDC ஆப்ல இருந்து ஒரு ரிக்வெஸ்ட் போட்டுருங்க.
ஆனா கொஞ்சம் பார்த்து.
नो टेंशन मैम, नம்பிக்கை வைங்க.
देश हो या विदेश, हर सफर में हमारे पार्टनर्स आपके साथ चलते हैं.
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए DTDC, लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर.
So they unfortunately can't be with us today, but they wanted to share how they feel at being recognized with a special video message.
Ladies and gentlemen, few hours back, I got the information from our CEO, Abhishek Chakrabarty, that our company, DTDC's initiative of an ad campaign of Let's Grow Together has been recognized by the member of the jury of Geopost. First of all, I take the opportunity to thank the entire management of Geopost, our partner, and Jean-Claude Sonnet and his entire team, who are our inspiration for presenting this ad film towards the entire audience. 1990, when I founded this company, that time even spending a penny on marketing campaign or ad campaign was a dream for me. But over the 33 years in India, our customer, our employee, and more importantly, the unique franchisee model what I created, that all those people has made it possible that today in India, as a premium express company, we are in a position to present these 3 ad film which actually showing the example of how India today it is. I once again like to thank all the management of our entire DTDC team and our marketing team led by Utkarsh, management team led by our Abhishek, who has motivated all of us through this particular ad campaign.
After 32 years of serving the nation, we felt that it was time for a transformation in our organization. Something that propels DTDC towards a new vision, a vision to be India's most admired express logistics company. And to do that, almost every aspect of our business is undergoing change, whether it is our service, our operations, our customer engagement, the very way in which we do business. At the same time, we know that the true purpose of our organization is still remaining the same. We are business people driving a people business. And each of the groups of people that matter to us, whether it be our customers, our employees, our channel partners, the communities we serve, and ultimately our shareholders, we felt that we need a medium, a piece of communication that can touch each of them and let them understand why we believe in our vision and how it is true to our purpose. Thus began the genesis of our mission.
With this objective in mind, our team got together and decided the best way to show this was not just by an ad, but rather a film that can show the breadth of our capabilities and the depth of emotions we deliver every single day. Our message was to be very, very clear that DTDC grows only when our customers progress.
Bringing the film to life was a 3-month-long journey, starting in November 2022 from scripting to the final post-production that happened at the end of January 2023. We could complete the film in 3 months just in time to capitalize on the starting of the cricketing season of the country, thereby garnering an impressive 150 million impressions in just a month.
Great company. Just one thing on that, because we've been talking about the SMEs. They have, you might know that, 14,000 franchisees, which, considering the size and the population of India, is not that many, but still, with independent franchisee, which allow them to have a very deep and strong penetration of local SMEs market. They are extremely active on that. So, good company, we're proud to be one of their shareholders, and they were actually extremely happy about this reward. So I'm really happy to convey your enthusiasm about their achievement.
My gratitude to GeoPost MCC and the jury for considering us for this award. Let's celebrate the spirit of our campaign. Let's continue growing together.
Let's continue growing together.
Let's continue growing together.
Let's continue growing together.
And now I would like to call upon our directors on the stage to dedicate this award to every DTDCian out there. Sir, ma'am, please.
I think it's a terrific moment of pride for all of us, and words fail to convey the emotions. I think on a day like today, I think it feels all the more special to be sharing this with all of you. We'll talk a lot more, both Arpita, myself, Chairman, we will speak. But clearly this is a true proof of the fact that when you have a great vision and the kind of inspirational and motivational thoughts that this entire organization provides us with, I think it definitely will lead to creation of something great. When we started on our journey to create the new brand, it was a very exciting adventure, but to see that adventure has led to such fantastic outcomes makes it very special. Once again, an award like this from my side dedicated to each and every DTDC and everywhere across the world. So,
thank you, Mr. I think
For all of us, it's a very proud moment, as you all can understand that starting with a brand in 1990, our Adding Boy, and then creating our new brand, and then this brand campaign has gotten our international award after 33 years of our journey. It's really remarkable, and it is the right moment on 34th Foundation Day to dedicate this recognition to all the DTDCian and their family. Thank you very much.
And I just want to reiterate what I was saying in my earlier address. This is a great proof that shared value creates extremely great stakeholder value for all of us.
I want to add.
Yeah.
When we were thinking about the ad, when we started building on it, it was not made for awards. We did not, that was not the thought that we had in mind. But the thought was always, how do we ensure that the world knows what we feel inside? What is it that a DTDCian does on a daily basis? How can we project that? How can we make that? And this is the proof of the pie, as they say. Across the countries, across the world, people have recognized what we DTDCians do every single day.
No barrier of language, religion, community, anything. We've transcended all of those, and that's the power of the concept that is DTDC.
Absolutely.
So,
thank you very much.
Thank you once again. Thank you to all DTDCians, and once again, congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, what a moment, you know. So let me take things forward and call upon on stage one of the person who knows about numbers, right? He loves traveling a lot, meeting people and interacting with them. By name, it looked like he's Gambhir when he's, interacting with the people, but when business comes in, he's really Gambhir. So let me welcome Anil Gambhir, our Chief Financial Officer, on stage to share a few words on the Foundation Day.
भैया H14 Max Red Edition.
रेड एडिशन का तो स्टॉक खत्म है
बेटा बाद में ले लेंगे।
अरे बाद में क्यों, बस 10 मिनट में ले लीजिए, नया स्टॉक बस आ गया।
जब मुस्काने हो बांटनी, आपके बिजनेस से जुड़ के हम हर मुश्किल को आसान बनाते हैं।
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए TTDC, लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर।
Good morning, friends. Yes, still it's morning. There's 3 minutes to go to afternoon. And so let me be technically right in wishing you all. I'm privileged to be here to wish all of us a 34th Foundation Day. When I say Foundation Day, obviously it means there's a lot of hard work and sweat has gone behind it to make the organization. And I'm sure founders, employees, our friends, our colleagues, those who have worked tirelessly to bring organization to this level, and making it sure that today we celebrate that. Having said that, let's not forget the people who are behind the scene, the families who enable our employees to work in the organization without bothering about the family issues. So I must not only congratulate but also thank for their support to the employees so that they are able to deliver in the organization as expected from them. Thank you. So friends, the reason for our celebration today is of course the customer's trust. Let's not take away the credit from the founders, from the employees and the other stakeholders who have worked all these years to make sure organization is here, and we are celebrating today and for all the success, and we just saw the awards which are being, many awards which we have been winning. But the fact remains is that all this is made possible by the customer's trust. And how can we continue to get that customer's trust continuously? And that becomes a reason for success for the organization, is by ensuring that consistently we deliver service quality and delight customers. When I say delight customers, obviously customers' delight definition keeps changing with the time. I am sure what was delighting earlier has become now hygiene and the newer expectation. So what it essentially means that we need to always keep looking at what are the customer's expectation, and we keep working towards meeting customer expectation, thereby
improving their customer experience. And that's a success mantra which any organization who wants to succeed should follow. Having said that, just by words, success cannot be achieved. It requires investment in the right manner, including infrastructure, and making sure that whatever organization is promising to the customers, that is delivered in rightful manner. So when it's word of investment, obviously the obvious question comes that are we investing rightly? And that's where we talk about that whether the investment which are proposed are ROI based. Have we looked at it that it is meeting and helping customers' expectation? If it is, then definitely we should be ready to invest in all the initiatives which help in improving customer experience. And I commit from on behalf of the organization, any such initiative which would have ROI, we must go and invest in that so that we continue to meet and exceed customer expectation, so that organization continues to remain successful, and also we continue to celebrate such kind of occasions. Like today we are talking about 34th Foundation Day, why not 50th, and why not 75th, and why not 100th? So all that would be only possible when we work together. We make sure all of us are meeting customers' expectation and exceeding those expectations. Having said that, organization also needs to be when it needs to be successful, it needs to make sure that there is a right amount of profitability. To ensure that profitability, organization is moving towards premiumization of its products. So we are going to focus on many premium products, be it in current product portfolio, be it EP, ES, GP, all of them will focus more on premium, be it, like our friend mentioned about, Manish mentioned about BFSI, even Vinayak mentioned about BFSI. There are many more such verticals where we can add value, thereby bringing premium to the organization, so that organization earns enough money which helps organization to sustain its activities and invest for future and keep continuing delivering higher service quality to them. So that is where, in the same context, I would like to announce that to have further premium added up, we would be setting up retail counters in times to come, and we have taken target of 100 retail counters to be set up in this year, which depending on what infrastructure is available, any of the partners which are existing with us, they want to set up that counter, we'll be happy to collaborate. And in the areas where there's no representation, we would like to have that representation from the company side. So this year we are targeting to have 100, next year we are targeting to have 200, and following year also 200. So in next 3 years we will have at least 500 customer contact points set up. When I say customer contact point, where there is a direct booking facility available for walk-in customers, so that helps us in premium selling to the customers. These are the initiatives. When I say again, coming back to customer experience, the customer experience is delivered by the successful or the satisfied or happy and motivated employees. When we talk about motivated employees, obviously they are internal customers, and we need to ensure that we continue to work to make sure our team remains motivated. In that connection, I have another new initiative from the organization for the employees front, that beginning this month, we would be paying salaries by the last day of the month, which is a new initiative which we are benchmarking. Thank you. So far, payroll processing used to happen on 3rd. Now we are advancing it by 3 days to make sure the last day of the month salaries are disbursed to all our employees, so that they remain motivated. Now, having said that, when we talk about further motivation, I am sure all of us are looking for better increments, better returns, and better compensation to be paid by organizations. In that connection, I would seek your support and help in identifying opportunities wherever we have wastage or possibility of optimization, or wherever you see where a company can do more with less. identify those opportunities and let's work together, which helps company in optimizing costs, and that's why that meaning that will make money available for the company to distribute that money partially to the employees, so that it helps in having better increments. So I call upon all of my colleagues to identify such opportunities and bring all those opportunities to the books. When I say to the books, meaning work on them and realize all such opportunities where cost can be optimized or more efficiency can be picked up, or we can work efficiently by any initiatives anywhere in the country, because every single penny adds to the bottom line, and better bottom lines meaning we are helping ourselves. What way? Because if company does a better profitability, obviously that results in better increments for all of us. I think this is not an unreasonable ask. I seek your support in ensuring that we continue to work on it and improve our sustainability by way of having better profitability and helping ourselves. With that, I think let's work together to make sure for our better future. Thank you very much. Thank you. So with this, now I have another privilege of addressing you on behalf of Ajay Sukhani. He could not be here because of some urgency. So I'll just read out his message. He just forwarded to me because Ajay Sukhani, as you know, that he is head of e-commerce business vertical for us. So I'll just read out his message verbatim. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a warm welcome to each one of you on this momentous occasion. The 34th foundation day of DTDC today, we gather here to celebrate our journey. I am humbled and proud to stand before you as the AVP, Head of Integrated E-commerce, Logistics and Sales. The world of e-commerce has been an exciting and transformative journey for DTDC from its humble beginning, where it contributed just 0.6% to our overall revenue to now standing tall at 6% of the company's total revenue. It has been an incredible growth story. As we celebrate on our achievements, let me take you through some of the key milestones that have shaped our e-commerce journey. We have been successful in forging partnership with renowned brands like Salt Store, Safari, Amway, Wonder Chef, Purple, Bizoram, TCNS, Upscalo, Cashify, Bodmo, Lenskart, Sky Park, and many more, contributing to the growth and distribution and diversification. In our commitment to supporting our channel partners, we have provided a dedicated customer support desk regardless of volume they bring. Additionally, we opened up max pin codes from 7,000 to 12,000, fostering collaboration and mutual growth. Upholding the trust our customers place in us, we established robust process to eliminate fake sellers and counterfeit products from our network, ensuring authenticity and reliability. These achievements stand testament to the hard work, dedication, and innovation of our teamwork. I want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to all of you who have been part of this remarkable journey. The launch of our 70 series catering to both prepaid and postpaid options opened up new avenues for growth with more innovation in the pipeline. By implementing one-time password for non-delivery reports, we further enhance the security and reliability of our services. But this is just beginning. As we look ahead, we set our sight on our even brighter future. Our ambitious goal is to close this fiscal year beyond 180 crore, a testament to our unwavering commitment to growth and excellence. We have exciting plans on the horizon, from the strengthening our technology to expanding our portfolio and network further. With esteemed brands like Decathlon, Shoppers Stop, Apollo, Paperfry, Workstore, MyGlam, Agio, Netmates, Reliance Trends, Fab India, P&G, the main company, Urbanic, and more joining hands with us, future looks incredibly promising. This fiscal year will be marked by the exploration of new horizons such as ONDC, reverse logistics, integrated tech platform for SMEs, and smart fulfillment centers, expanding our offering and capabilities. PUDO, which earlier we spoke about, PUDO system will be a game changer, providing flexibility and convenience to our customers and making deliveries a breeze. We recognize the importance of efficiency early on the automated the return on origin and non-delivery report processes, streamlining operations and reducing costs. To enhance customer experience, we introduce user-friendly application like a Smart Seller Portal and Unified Customer Portal, allowing our seamless interaction and improved satisfaction. In conclusion, I am filled with pride for what we have achieved together so far, and I am confident that with our collective passion and determination, we will scale even greater heights. Thank you to the CMD and each one of you for your unwavering support and belief in DTDC vision. Let's celebrate this special day and let it fuel our determination to create an extraordinary future for DTDC and the entire e-commerce industry. Thank you. This was a message from Ajay Sukhani. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil, and thank you, Ajay. Wow, what a day. What announcements. From the salary, which will be now credited on the 31st, to the expectation and requirement of generating ROI. Now I would like to call upon our own voice of the customer, our Director of Customer Experience and member of the board, Madam Arpita. Madam, please, may we have you on stage.
ஸ்ரீதரண்ணா, லண்டன்ல இருந்து ஒரு ஆர்டர் வந்திருக்கு. DTDCல அனுப்ப முடியுமா?
நோ ப்ராப்ளம் மேம். உள்நாடோ வெளிநாடோ சேம் ப்ராசஸ் தான். மை DTDC ஆப்ல இருந்து ஒரு ரிக்வெஸ்ட் போட்டுருங்க.
ஆனா கொஞ்சம் பார்த்து.
நோ டென்ஷன் மேம். நம்பிக்கை வைங்க.
देश हो या विदेश, हर सफर में हमारे पार्टनर्स आपके साथ चलते हैं।
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए TTDC, लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर।
The noon hour, and since morning we've heard brilliant leaders speak about various initiatives and announcements that are already in place, and also those which are going to become a reality very, very soon. Hearing this and having been part of this organization that has stood the test of time for over 3 decades, today I'm filled with immense pride and enthusiasm as we gather to celebrate the 34th Foundation Day of DTDC. This momentous occasion not only commemorates our past achievements, but also signifies our shared vision to be the most admired express logistic company in India. My heartfelt appreciation goes out to our esteemed customers, who are at the core of our business. I want to convey to you that we aim to be your partner who you can trust and rely on for all your logistical needs. Our vision constantly drives us to serve you with improved speed, precision, and with unwavering dedication. Embracing our new brand entity, we are committed to continuous innovation and improvement to surpass your expectations. To our dedicated employees, past and present, and those who unfortunately have also left us, but their dedication cannot be forgotten. I extend my deepest gratitude for your unwavering commitment to DTDC. Each one of you plays an integral role in shaping our company's success. To our valued channel partners, your support has been instrumental in propelling us this far. We cherish these partnerships, and we have built this collaborative effort that continues to make us stronger together. You all know we have embarked on a transformative journey, and redefining our brand image was one of the steps we had taken towards aligning our processes with our vision. This new personality is firmly rooted in our core values, emphasizing on being recognized as an agile organization, which is built on the bedrock of reliability and credibility. This, my dear friends, becomes the DNA of every DTDCN. And when I say this, I want everyone to take a pause and think what our vision states. What does our new brand image say? When we are talking about customer centricity is not about thinking, this is inbound business, this is outbound business. It doesn't start or end with that at all. Customer centricity is much more deeper, but very simply put, if I can convey it this way, that when we go to meet a customer for the first time, trying to pitch our business, can we think, what is that single aspect of his business that we can solve? What is it that DTDC can do to ensure that customer is constantly improving and is growing in his business? When we are delivering shipments, can we make our partners, our bikers, those last mile heroes, can we make them believe that they are doing the job that they do is actually bringing joy to somebody, is probably making somebody's dream come true or taking proof of that dream becoming true? Can we think like that? That, my friends, one day when we can think that way, each one of us with every step, that is going to be when we are truly customer-centric and not about what the books say, what is my profit, what is my loss. That is going to be there, that is truth, reality, that's always going to be true. But to make that happen, that's the feeling that needs to come from here. So as we progress, I implore our employees and partners alike to always keep our vision at the forefront of any decision that you take, any action that you take. Remember, the path ahead demands determination and grit. It may be tempting sometimes to seek shortcuts for quick gains, but as the proverb goes, easy come, easy go. Any patchwork done will only be temporary. We must focus on the long term and resist being lured by these fleeting rewards. Together, we need to march ahead, hand in hand, to create a seamless and efficient supply chain that delivers unparalleled value to our customers. As we celebrate this momentous day, let us reflect on our achievements with pride, while we take every single step towards the future that leads us in making our vision come true. Thank you for being an integral part of this remarkable journey. Happy 34th Foundation Day to all of you. Let's grow together. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So, I'm sure, as I said, आपकी डायरियाँ आज भर जाएंगी. She spoke about trust and rely, speed and brand image, continue innovation, which is most important. Deepest gratitude to all of us. Cherish partnership, stronger together, customer centricity, much more deeper than that. And bringing joy, dream come true to everyone. So thank you, ma'am, bringing happiness to all of our faces. Thank you very much. Okay. I believe I was expecting some delivery today. Huh? Where is my delivery? So live delivery. हाँ sir. दे दीजिए. I was waiting for you, Sonal. Thank you very much for giving us this delivery. So you can see that live हमारे पास delivery आ रही है and how we are changing ourselves. So before I speak about this, let me say a few words, and I'm sure when I start talking about this, everybody will be familiar to this because it is हम और हमारी सोच, हम और हमारे सपने, हम और हमारे लोग, हम और हमारी भावनाएं, and हम और हमारी जीत. July 11, 2023, a concept of hum came into the picture. And ये concept कहाँ से आया? Let me have that opportunity to bring that gentleman on stage, on live, that who actually brought this idea. So let me welcome Irfan. Please come on stage. Irfan is from L&D function. He is a senior manager content development. So he is the man behind the hum, and I am sure आप कंटिन्यू सुनते रहेंगे, देखते रहेंगे क्या क्या चीजें हैं हमारे साथ में. सो हम का आइडिया जो है इरफान ने हमारे पास लेके आया था. और हम क्या था, हम एक जर्नल के तरीके से हम इसको रूट कराना चाह रहे थे ऑल ओवर अक्रॉस इन इंडिया. एंड जैसी मूवमेंट में वी शेयर द आइडिया विद ऑल आवर फंक्शंस हु आर एक्चुअली इन्वॉल्व टू दिस, राइट, immediately it was en route. This was the speed of our execution, and that is how we delivered it, right? Yeah. So before I say anything else, we have a small video that how it went through, how people participated. So I would request our team to please play that video.
The idea was to capture the emotion, thoughts, idea, gratitude of the employees. Though the idea was discussed, then the second phase came into the picture, was how do we execute this idea.
Tushar sir had given us this project on 11th of July to carry this journal hum from 14 cities, 14 days. It was a challenging job for all three of us. Sonal from Mumbai, Sriram from Mumbai and me. Three of us, we planned how to carry this book, whom to coordinate with, and we could successfully do it. But our appreciation goes to the regional operation heads and the gateway managers for all the 14 locations, plus the Apex managers and also the downline gateway staff who has really helped us, supported us to complete this project very, very successfully. Gateway team has really helped because there was no uploadings. Thank the regional operation managers also for their extended support.
When I got to know about this project hub, I was very excited while taking this as challenge to make it successful.
We wanted to basically bring in the concept of hum, where we stitch the entire DTDC family together and present it in a unique way to our CMD sir on the 34th Foundation Day of DTDC. We also came up with the concept of daily mailers, basically to amplify and create excitement amongst everyone and to make everyone a part of this unique journey where the book was traveling from one city to the other, and it was more like an update that hey, the book is now in this city and what the city stands for or what essence or what historic value does it have. So a series of mailers were created to engage everyone in the entire process.
Every single piece of art has been handcrafted by virtue of sketch art. The idea and the vision behind making these kind of sketches was to come up with something original and unique in nature. And therefore, what you have seen earlier and what you're probably going to see on the book cover is a pure form of expression by virtue of sketch arts, which had then been converted into digital arts.
I'm pretty sure that CMD sir, when the book reaches to him, he will be definitely happy and this will put a smile on his face, because this book is not just an ordinary message. This has traveled like each part of India and it is coming to him, and I'm pretty sure he'll be very happy by looking at it.
Everyone has put their 100% effort to ensure that we make this journal a successful journey to us all.
So now time has come. I would first request our ED and Madam to please come on stage, along with please escort our chairman as well on stage for this historic moment which we are going to witness here. And requesting them to please hand over this journal to sir and unveil it.
Oh, wow.
And you can just show it to everyone. This is the wonderful cover. Amazing.
Amazing. Wow.
Just imagine the true. Amazing to see the true voice of DTDCians in their own words, in their own handwriting. I mean, it's special. I think very rarely you get a chance like this. I remember when we used to be young, we used to have scrapbooks and we used to have, with our friends, but to see your own family members sharing with you their joy, their aspiration, their unique thoughts, their love, their desires, I think it really makes it very special, very heartwarming and unique. I think in 33 years of our journey, I don't think we have ever seen something so beautiful in such a well-planned way. So excellent job, Irfan, and the entire team that's worked hard, Shiv. This is truly amazing, and I'm sure everyone who has seen the beautiful updates on our various social media platforms, on WhatsApps, just seeing this whole, the hum train or the hum journey moving across, the smiles and the handing over of the baton like a relay across the country, it's like, it's really special and makes this day to day even more greater than what we could have thought of. So once again, thank you very much to each and every member who's contributed to this, the team that conceptualized. It's excellent. Anthony, this is for you. Copy is for you only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you want to say something quickly?
So, I only can, tell all my DTDCian that I think this is the best ever gift I ever got it in my 34 years of DTDC. And it's a very emotional moment for me to have received this one. And I'm sure many of our employees and channel partners, they were possibly put up, given there, and I would like to tell each and every pages I am personally going through. And possibly many of you will get, as usual, as you know that my 34 years philosophy is we acknowledge and we respond, right? So possibly I will try to call each and everybody whose telephone numbers are there. I am giving my personal thanks to all of you, and what your message means to me and for DTDC at large, I am going to tell all of you. So everyone, all of you love. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Oh, it's breaking. Oh. So, with this, we are thinking of one of the idea also, but we are not going to announce right now because the back-end work is going on. And those who could miss the opportunity could not write about their dreams, about their thoughts, about their ideas, or about their dreams which got fulfilled or going to be fulfilled. They are going to get another chance. So there is a big thing which is going to happen. The back-end work is going on, and if we are able to deliver that within certain period of time, we are targeting Guinness Book of World Record. So that's what we are targeting. And this is a sample to you, sir. A very sample of that which we are going to start. This is a sample to you, and think about what if 50,000 people are going to talk about this. So that's the thought we are still working on, and once it is run out, definitely we'll launch it. Now let me welcome our Executive Director on stage to speak about his thoughts, his messages, his announcement to everyone. Please welcome Mr. Abhishek Chakravarti.
Thank you, Shreya. What a day. At a moment like this, you always fall short of words. But being on this podium once again and ruminating on the wonderful thoughts, announcements and developments in the pipeline shared today by our leaders, I'm filled with immense pride in what we are achieving together. Just this special hum exercise that our team conducted, think about the power that it conveys. Think about the values that have brought us together and the virtues that energize us every day and continue to shape the very essence of what DTDC stands for. This is the essence of the organization. The world around us is evolving at an unprecedented pace. And we can see that new risks and opportunities are emerging almost every day. You heard all our leaders. They spoke about the dynamic environment. And in this dynamic environment, it is imperative for organizations to create differentiating experiences that make us relevant. We must look beyond traditional metrics of growth and profits and adopt a more balanced approach that greatly rewards caring for the environment, promoting diversity and practicing all-round good governance. From a customer perspective, as Arpita mentioned, the focus on delivering highly reliable services with exceptional quality remains absolutely critical. Thanks to advances in technology, such as breakthroughs in AI and data analytics, the ability to deliver these experiences at scale is now well within our grasp. And when we talk about technology, we know that on August 30th, the festival of Rakhi is coming up. And as Jatinder mentioned, this year, the complete focus of the Rakhi festival is going to be on how the My DTDC application and our retail counters and our channel partners together as an ecosystem is going to make it the most digital Rakhi ever, with all kinds of schemes, programs, rewards, everything all built around the digital platform. So, you can see that this journey will require us to take a bold new approach, as the traditional paths that we've taken so far will not lead to new outcomes. And as this wonderful exercise of Hum showed us, the focus on our people will be greater than ever before as we leverage technology to discover a whole new paradigm of driving success for everyone, while being able to withstand the various global and domestic cycles of ups and downs. You call it COVID, you call it economic pressures, whatever might come our way, we have to be strong enough to withstand it. Our vision, our goal, our purpose, everything is leading us towards that. I believe DTDC, with its unique flavor of entrepreneurial ingenuity, coupled with the power of a passionate and committed workforce, has the key ingredients that are necessary to take on this bold path. The wonderful updates and futuristic messages of Project Trinity, our transformation program, everything that has been shared by our executive committee leaders today, it serves as a testament to our capabilities. Hence, inspired by the noble pursuit of our vision and motivated by the higher calling of our organizational purpose, we take pride in calling out the 3 strategic imperatives that shall form the foundation of our business framework and define our actions going forward. We are powered by people, we are driven by digital, and we are going to be fundamentally sustainable. What you heard from our leaders today are driven by these strategic imperatives. In summary, they lead us to 6 areas that we are focusing on today as an organization. Number 1, creating exceptional customer experiences. Building growth enablers to drive sustainable growth. Number 3, deep operations focus to create the network readiness for service excellence. Number 4, as Anil highlighted, optimization at every level to bring true efficiency. As Shiv was speaking, caring about the people, fundamental training and development across the organization to build processes, put them in practice to drive performance. And last but not the least, new horizons. Dear DTDCians, the future is calling, and we are here to explore those new frontiers and innovative avenues to design the future. We are going to create the world that is going to come. On this Foundation Day, I call upon all DTDCians to look deep within and take a hard look at the world around us. In keeping with our values and principles, let's make a promise to ourselves that we will do whatever is necessary to embrace this new era for DTDC. I always say, if you believe in something, it must reflect in your behaviors. And when you behave, you are well on your way to become what you set out to be. To tell you more, about the mindset and attitude needed to make this paradigm shift in our professional and personal lives, I now call upon the man who not only gave birth to this fantastic institution, but continues to be our guiding light, our beloved CMD, Shri Subhashish Chakrabarti. Let's hear our beloved leader. Let's continue growing together. Sir, the stage is yours. Thank you, please.
Thank you. Give me a glass of bottled water. Take it. Good afternoon, everybody. Very emotional moment for me. If I remember 26 July 1991, and if I remember today 26 July 2023, looks to me that last 33 years, the entire each and every year of 26 July is coming in front of my eyes, even including the last year, when only possibly two of us, Abhishek and me, could address to the nation with this unique arrangement made by our team. But today I'm happy to see that, not that two of us only not here. Within 1 year, we could see that there is a leadership team coming over here from each and every functions and addressing to all of you of the different perspective, different announcement they are doing it, and for me it's a very defining moment for how the organization is progressing it. Abhishek asked from me that 2 days back, sir, what will be the theme of this year program, or this year 26 July? I said, look, there was 26 July 91, 26 July 2001, 26 July 2015 or 20, whatever. Possibly I was standing alone and giving my messages, including the COVID time, that through the internet calling or Google, I had to address to all of you. But today, possibly you all are addressing it, and that's the reason I am quite free today. And possibly I can openly discuss certain things which is playing in my mind. You may call it a vision, you may call it realization, you may call it my pain, you may call it my joy, whatever way you call it. You may only just excuse me to thinking that it is a founder's emotion, founder's happiness, founder's joy, founder's anguish, founder message to the people what he wants to see his people will be, organizations will be. So from 1991, 26 July, when the organization was thinking about only 1 crore rupees of turnover, just finished the financial year. And 26 July 23, when I'm standing in front of you, the same organization grown by 2,000 times, right? And I am the same man. And you are my beloved partners. And from now on, I will call you partners, be it my employees and my franchisees. I always call them my family member, or I may call them partner. I will not specifically mention them employee or franchisees. because we are one single family. That's the reason this initiative of our branding exercise or whatever, let's go together, not only got an award or recognition from those people who we call very professional, very hard kind of thinking, they also realized the emotion, the spirit of DTDC. If today DTDC, all of you can get an acknowledgement and recognition from those people in your Western country, they will understand one thing. The foundation stone of this organization, built on emotions, built on family culture, built on basic principles and discipline, is recognized not only by DTDCN, by the people from Western country as well. That's the biggest thing. And that's the one thing people of DTDC must not forget, whether I am there or not there. The day DTDCN forget what bonds us, what made us possible, then possibly we will be missing something big, and we will not be we the way we came from up to 20 years. So I told Abhishek, look, this year, let me share something which I am trying to do throughout my 50 years of professional life. Next year, possibly during this time, I'll be completing 50 years of my professional life and possibly 70 years of my own life. But throughout this journey, if I can share with you as a humble person, that what has helped me to excel, what has helped, possibly in my eyes, helped DTDC excel, because of three things which I shared with Abhishek, that our ability or our philosophy or our approach of three things. And that is the theme of this Foundation Day, which is learning and unlearning and relearning. And I will possibly, base my entire discussion based on this subject. Learning, we all know, every day we are learning, right? Even today, I have learned something, that how the hum has come to me is, for me, it's a learning. 33 years before, I never thought that this is possible. Today it is possible, right? That means, if this organization has the ability that if they wish to send a message and get it delivered and touched by across the country, Kashmir to Kanyakumari, this organization can do it. Is it not a new learning for us? But many times, we think that our information messages are not reaching to the bottommost people. Sometimes we tell that, but have we not learned today something, that if we wish, if we try, if we conceptualize something, if we believe in something, if we do something with love and care, and take a pride of it, possibly we can achieve this one. And this is possible in DTDC. Possibly it may not be possible to other organizations with such a short time, but you all can do it. So, learning is quite simple. Everybody learn from this thing, right from the birth. We are learning, and we feel that the day we stop learning, possibly we are dead. Right? Possibly then we are not living. We are possibly a living man with a dead kind of situation, that nothing we are adding to this. So learning is not a big thing. We have learned a lot of things throughout these 33 years. But what is unlearning? This question is sometimes haunting to many of us. What is unlearning? To my understanding, and the understanding of a lot of people who researched on these three important subjects, it is not me only, I am researching it. A lot of people researched on this subject, and today the research is one of the key elements of the whole worldwide phenomena, that how people will grow, how people will excel, how people will not stand in one place, how the universe will move for the next generation and generations to come. So, unlearning is the process of, by definition, if somebody asks me, unlearning is the process of discarding something from our memory. Certain things we have to discard. Most of the time, we are not willing to do that. We think, no, this is our thinking, this is our thought, this is the way we do it, and this is the way we continue to do it. we are not going to challenge ourselves. And that's the reason I say we have certain things in life, it's good that we discard it. When we unlearn something, we get rid of bad habit. We get rid of, and some preconception. Many of us, I see, including me, we have some preconceived thinking. And I call upon to the entire family member of DTDC. Let's challenge all those preconceptions today. I'm not telling conception, it's a preconception which is not so good. And something that is not correct also you have to unlearn these things. But why exactly would you want to unlearn and relearn? Why? That's the question you have to ask. Until this question comes to you prominently, you are not going to move. Believe in me. I am the same person who has possibly seen, I am the only person possibly, along with few people who have seen 34th Foundation Day, right? I am fortunate about this. So this issue is possible today because I and many of you are continuing to do possibly in these three frames, possibly. And today, when I thought about this particular concept for today's big meeting, one gentleman who is possibly driving this concept across the globe and written a lot of his papers. His name is Alvin Toffler. He is a philosopher. We call him today Western world. They call him as a futurist who think about the future. Lots of journalists come in his name, and he said a very simple thing, which has attracted me. I thought that very important few lines he written in somewhere. What he written? The illiterate of 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write. Interesting. The illiterate of 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. She has said very clearly in some other place that we sometimes we have got to think big things. We think it. Many of us think big things. They do big thing, but many of us possibly cannot divide the big things into small things. This how could have been possible if you could have only thought a big thing but not divided the entire thing, how each and every city, every place it will move. Any big subject. So I call upon the entire partner team. For us, big journey ahead. Big competition ahead. Our leaders have told about, or have already explained what they are thinking about DTDC. It's a big task. Big hairy goal. But until we divide this big heavy goal into small things, we will not get the right direction. So I only call upon all of you that let us divide whatever big targets we have taken or we are taking into small segments. And then achieve one of the small things and then you say, I am progressing. Again, it is connected to my always very pet subject of progress principles. Life, one thing I learned very clearly, that I have to progress. We all have to progress. If you are not progressing, I learned when I was a student, I have read in one book of Mao Zedong what he said, if you are not growing, you are dying. He said that satisfaction is the cause of death. Dissatisfaction is the cause of creation. Those few lines and words has guided me throughout the 50 years of professional life. So we all have skill. You all must understand that. Every one of us has a different kind of skill. The role of unlearning is vital in today's workplace because we all of us need to unlearn in order to move forward alongside our company. Company is progressing. Many of the question comes to many of our channel partners, many of our employees. Organization is moving around, few people are moving ahead. Why I am not moving? Why? I think this question today, our thousands of channel partners, they need to ask this question. When some of their colleagues are moving and reaching quotes and quotes of sales and revenue and progress and growing ahead, why some of the employees from the smallest position reaching vice president, reaching the general manager, AGM, DGM, progressing their life, getting a fantastic lifestyle, why I am not doing? What is taught in me? I think this question sometimes we not ask. Either we become jealous or we think that I am not being supported by somebody else. I am not in the good book of some of my bosses. I think this question also need to be asked by all of us, that are we understanding very clearly that we all have skill, but we have the inefficiency of an effort, that what the old thing I learned, how certain things are to unlearn and relearn to see how the others of colleagues of mine, other partners of the organization is growing and I am not growing. I think time has come for all of us, from this foundation day to the next foundation day, to ask this very important, simple question which many a times we don't ask. I say that, I call this heading like that, we have to foster a sense of willingness. Many of us are not willing to do the 3 steps work: learn, unlearn, and relearn. Long-term employees and franchises or partners who have had a hard time during unlearning process, and they have been doing something which is possibly same way we are trying to do for a long time. If we are doing the same thing for a long time and not getting result, do you think we push more hard and harder work and we get the result? I think this is the question we all have to ask ourselves. It is not impossible to promote unlearning as long as there is an openness towards this particular subject. So I call upon all of you, try to be open and willing. Whatever we have learned in these 33 years, time has come for all of us. What has brought us here, those learning? If we don't unlearn those things and relearn something, I think it will not take us to the Golden Jubilee year. While standing here, and while hearing or going through this particular program today, all of you have to think and dream how this day will look on the Golden Jubilee day. I think that is important. How will we praise professionally, personally, physically, organization-wise, company-wise, family-wise? I think we have to see that particular dream day of Golden Jubilee. Believe in me, while standing here, I only wish today morning, when I stood in front of my God, I said, God, will you allow me to stand in front of you 16 years from now? And immediately after that I said, how I'll be in a position to 16 years from now? If I don't unlearn certain things, unlearn the way my lifestyle is going on, unlearn the way my food habits is going on, unlearn the way my physical fitness is going on, unlearn the way the other industry, how they are doing it, and I'm not relearning how those people are doing it, so that I can still stay in front of you, God, 16 years from now on the very day of Golden Jubilee Foundation Day. I think these are all basic. You may say that these are basic questions. I think throughout my life I only asked basic questions to me. I never asked it very tough questions. I only asked basic questions. I am very simple thinker. You know, sometimes today morning I was looking into one of the very important quote of our Einstein. He said very seriously that we have to think everything in a very simple manner by making everything very simpler. I was reading that why Einstein said like this. What is the reason he talked about that everything you do, you think in a very simple way so people understand it, but your approach has to be very simpler. Wherever you find this thing, you please read this one. Because this is also has driven DTDC to do whatever we try to do in the life. We try to think, is it simple? This question, always I try to learn and unlearn that whatever methodology, whatever actions I am taking, is it a simple thing for the people to understand? Otherwise, we must know that in this organization there are blue collar people and there are MDS. In this company, there are new franchisee partners and there are very successful people. So all our directions, all our messages to them has to be very simple. Coming back to give an example to you. Let's say that we like to save energy for the organization. You give a very big circular, let's save the energy, right? How do you do that? With one circle? No. The entire message that energy saving behavior, you need to first raise the awareness of the bad habits. We have to unlearn this, that how the energy spending is actually costing our environment. Abhishek said that we have to be sustainable and socially responsible. Look at the organization. How we behave when we do it in our own home, and how we behave when we come to the organization. Now, if the organization start a program that each and every phase we will do this month 1% energy saving. Not 100%, not that big target. 1% energy saving in every offices of our organization. Is it impossible? Can you not, we learned that we require electricity, we need PC, we need laptop, we need every machineries which consume energy. But let us unlearn certain things to relearn that if we wish, we can save 1%. Now this becoming an attitude for all of us, that every stages and every function we start taking a bigger target into simple manner, divide into small thing, you will always see that we are progressing. So I call upon every function of the organization. Whatever you have in front of you, please divide it into smaller things. Please deliberate it in a simple manner. You see, if you deliver in a simple manner, harm can happen. Right? People voluntarily come and write. People will come spontaneously. DTDC required spontaneous support from all of you, all the function, to say whatever Arpita said, that we need customer excellence. For the customer we leave it. How do we do that, Arpita? We do only that way, that if each and every one feel that we contribute only this one small drop of water, people say we can make an ocean. So, I like to keep in another quote of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee said a very simple thing. What he said, in very simple word, empty your cup so that it can be filled. Learn, unlearn, relearn. You may say Bruce Lee was Kung Fu master. But Kung Fu master has said very simple, that how do I learn it? How do I unlearn it? How do I relearn it? Because I have to face different Kung Fu masters across the world. How many of you have seen the Bruce Lee's movie? You'll see that how many different kind of people who faced it. And his simple philosophy, empty your cup so that It must be filled. Whatever style I learned today, I have to understand that if I continue this style, somebody is copying me. Now I am touching another big subject. What subject talking? DTDC is a partner-based organization. Everybody will try to copy this. Right? Time has come for all DTDC. That when everybody is trying to copy this system and thinking that this is the way DTDC can be beaten, DTDC must empty their cup of that this is the only way we will do our business, channel business, and we cannot do something different which is digitally driven, which Abhishek has started out of the three things what he has said it. Digital thing is beyond boundaries, right? DTDC must today empty their cup of the way 33 years they are running their partners development and 33 years the way they are running their functions and their employee training and the development. Because other organization possibly copying us because we are 33 years old. It's easy for other organizations to watch us because they are watching us for 33 years. And they know what is our strength, what is our weaknesses. And that is the reason we have to rediscover a new area, new ways of functioning, new ways of handling our business, new way of building our relationship. Again, I said in the beginning, relationship is the cornerstone of DTDC. How the relationship can be rebuilt, how we can reapproach to the people with a different mindset. That's the reason today time has come for us that certain things, certain learning, what we have already have in our cup, we have to empty our cup and we have to fill up in a new manner. That's the kind of thing I'm learning. Now I'll say another very interesting thing I have observed in DTDC. Our earlier learning was very clear that if somebody is working in some functions and some area, they should continue to the same function and the same area. I observed in 33 years, so many good things happened. But I found that when I do empty my cup and try to fill up my cup in a different manner, I found a gap in DTDC. What is the big gap? If you talk about partners, a partner who starts in one place, in one area, he thinks that this is my area. But he never discovered, he never unlearned and relearned that your area is today, possibly was good, possibly was relevant 33 years before, 23 years before, 20 years before. But in today's situation, today's in e-commerce movement, today's in parcel movement, whether that area is relevant or not. Post-COVID, that area is relevant or not. Possibly the point which I am trying to indicate over here on this learn, relearn, unlearn, relearn process, that sometimes we have to, it is good, a new relearning for us after 33 years, that change of location, change of workplace, change of function possibly is important sometimes. People can excel. People can excel if sometimes they think that changing of location or changing of function possibly allow them to learn new knowledge, new power, new weapon so that they can fight better. I can give it so many examples in DTDC today, how we encourage different partners to change the place and how they are benefited, how different employees, we allow them to change the function, how they are benefited, how we ask the employees to change their location, how they are benefited. But time is short that today I cannot go to all such examples. I have 100 such examples to support that on this foundation day, and going forward, what I am telling, one of the easiest way to unlearn something is to move away from the location where you learnt it. I repeat, one of the easiest way to unlearn something is to move away from the location where you learned it. New surroundings. This is for HR team and many of us must understand. New surroundings can help notice new things. You are basically, it is like that, basically tricking your brain into unlearning by engaging in a new surrounding so that you can unlearn one idea and learn another. If you ask me my life, I can tell you, had I not changed my location in 1983 from Calcutta to going to Bangalore, possibly I could not be standing here today. Very subtle manner I am giving a message to all the partners of this organization on this day. Think whether change of your function or learning new function, multitasking possibly sometimes it helps in different way. I'm not talking multitasking always good or always bad, but change of function in this organization. If you look around, people who've grown in last 33 years, you always will see many of them change the location or many of them change the function, and that's the reason it's growing it. I think I call upon the DTDC today, right from my channel partners as well as my employees, to think about this interesting subject, that can you think from this year to learn something new other than the area where you are working? Can you expand your position of work as a franchisee or the position of the area where you are delivering in 33 years, where you are doing pick up that business to something else? Possibly our gold network offer to some franchisee community that please take the deliveries other than your own delivery areas, possibly can open a new horizon to many franchises. We are all talking gold network, but what is the basic fundamental benefit of a gold network for a partner? It is not that DTDC is calling to the gold partner that you join as a gold network partner because we want your support for delivery. No, we have something different thinking and behind it. Behind this particular slogan or action of gold network, we are thinking if somebody change a location, at least to deliver to other locations, they will be exposed to new customers, right? They will be exposed to new requirement of a new build-up of our customer. And that is the reason I call upon many functions and HR, please start a practice which was not doing in DTDC. That is also part of that. We think no, same people, same place, same function going forward will work. Change people now. Allow, encourage them, motivate them, leave from Mumbai to Calcutta, Calcutta to Durgapur, change the people, branch, from one branch to another branch, one function to another function. I'm repeating it so many times, this particular point, but I personally believe that will change, that will allow people, DTDC, to move in a different directions. Otherwise, we will not be in a position to move. We will be getting stuck. But any growing organization, you go to any European growing organization, even if you call our partner DPD company, you always will see over there, they change the people, they change the location, they change the country, they change the function, and that is the reason always there are people available. When one man is going, another man is taking care. And that is the hallmark of any good organization in our industry. Sometimes, I always believe, learn from the opposite. The another concept I call about, learn from the opposite. What is this? When employees are surrounded by the like-minded people, people say it's good to work with the like-minded people. But I say that if we work in that fashion, that surround ourselves by the like-minded people, our ability of unlearning will be hampered. I repeat again. If we surround ourselves to the like-minded people, our ability to unlearn and relearning will surely going to hampered. Because always it has been research shows that when it teamed up with a different group of people, different group of employees, different group of franchisees, things will be changing it. I see in DTDC some franchises are growing very fast. And I observed very minutely why this kind of group of franchises is moving fast. What is there in them? I found that they are following this process. What they do? They are always learning from other area. Today morning I got a message from one franchisee called Shiv Sharma that, sir, I just returned back from Indore. And I have learned something from that area going there. I found a new opportunity. And I have always seen such franchisee, whether our NFAB members, some of the NFAB members, some of the FAB members, some successful people, they are always doing these issues. I think I call upon to all of you that let's start working with somebody who may not be your like-minded, may not be your friend, but you have to find a new friend because you may learn something from that person. That is the reason I say work with the opposite people. Like people of Mumbai should work with people of Delhi, the people of Delhi should work with people of South should work with people of East, and that is the way you move around the whole country to build your network as a partner. And that's the way DTDC will move it. The biggest strength of DTDC are our physical partners. And these physical partners, you have to motivate them that how they can work nationally so that they will always learn from other successful partners and get a motivation and go. Next point is, one more interesting thing I found that within a child. Let's find that from our inner child. Learning, unlearning, relearning process, who can do? Have you observed this? Who can do the best? A child. Now I am observing it because I am a grandfather today of 3 grandchildren. And I am very minutely observing it. Even today, I have to change my screen. I can do this sometimes. But I asked my 10 years, 11 years grandchildren, they can do it so fast. They say, give it to me, I will do it for you. And I was watching that, what is their strength? How these children can do such thing which I cannot do at this age? I found that there is a very beautiful strength. It's because children has the biggest capacity of learning. And that is the reason I thought, when we talk about training and development program, we thought that let's help our partners, which includes our employees and franchises, let's help our partner to see the unlearning ability from a child's view. The child is so easily, the wrong practices or whatever practices they do, they quickly unlearn and they do a relearning phase, another issues. That's the reason a child is usually open to discover new approaches and new techniques without much hesitations. But today what happening to our organization? We want to introduce something new, lot of hesitations, lot of resistance. And that is the biggest problem of an organization like us, who are already 33 years old, people are already 40, 50, 60 years, and they have developed the ability, they have developed the approach of that whatever I learned is enough and I have nothing to learn now. So with this, whatever I do, I will continue to do this. DTDC's biggest challenge will come for the future leadership is then a startup people. All the startup people, they have the people at the same age group, same generations, and same kind of good or bad or ugly, whatever. But DTDC's challenge is this, and that is the reason we have to encourage our people to understand that they have a child within themselves. And we have to encourage them that discover this child, whether they're 55 years, 60 years, or a 70 years person like me. If I and you can discover a child lying within us and bring those inquisitiveness to learn new thing and to unlearn something, to relearn something, you will see that we will not carry the baggage of adult's baggage which a child never carry, right? They call adult baggage. And many of us are already carrying the baggage. And I just call to all of you, can we shed this baggage and can we say that what we can do if we are not afraid like a child? So a child learns by engaging the five senses and investigating in a new situation through a trial and error method. Please let us not be afraid, my dear leaders, to try new things. Lot of new things today our leaders told all of you. Let us not be afraid to try at least to those new things, like a child never afraid to do something new. And that's the way the progress will happen to the organization, by following the learning, unlearning and relearning process. So let us set our clear goals. As I said, the clear goals, and divide the goals into smaller goals, and to the process of learning, unlearning, relearning. Nothing will happen overnight. Big things will not happen. As I already said in the beginning, bigger thing, divide into smaller thing, set smaller goals, take small achievement, and incrementally you go to the progress way. So what is the point of key takeaway from what I'm trying to take? Today's our workforce or our partners need to embrace continuous learning in order to move forward. When learning is getting stopped, we are not going to do anything on the progress front. And that is the reason I must tell you that today we have to build a new team. And while we do the new team building, we must understand that we must have a collaborative, interdependent team. My next message to all of you: okay, we will have a childlike energy, childlike enthusiasm. We will move to different places. We'll change the location. We will have a fresh perspective of willingness. But while building a team, so this message is for our internal team, that we must have a collaborative and interdependent team. Many times, what we see that we, as an organization, we grow beginning stage because we all are collaborating with each other. We are not seeing that I am this function, I am that function, I am that function. Each of us has to work in a function. But until and unless we collaborate among functions, progress will not happen. DTDC's success happened in these initial year, 33 years, because many times we are successful to being collaborative and interdependent. But now time has come to be more collaborative and more interdependent between functions, between regions, between branches, between zones. For the best complementary team's performance, each member, they must be doing, each member must be better than their team leader. That is very, very important. If members are not better than team leader in some knowledge or some skill, while building the team, DTDC must focus now that within the team, there is a team leader and there are team members. But in the team members, they must have some different kind of knowledge and different kind of skill, and they must be working together and adding values to the team. Not that sometimes a team leader says and we say 100% you are correct and that's it. No, none of us are 100% correct. If we are 100% correct, then why you are not a market leader? If you are 100% correct, why you are not growing by 40% growth? This question always coming to my mind, that we are not 100% correct. And that is the reason I always think that today within our organization, each team, they must have a members with have a complementary skill and knowledge, and they must be adding value to the organization's team. Now, coming back to our organization's basic requirement today. Today we see that our different members have said different important issues. Let me talk about different functions today. What different functions are shared today. We have understood from international team that we are growing much speedier, right? You have launched the world, our new program, and you are bringing that this world, our new program, which you are also doing in the branding and positioning it. But requires a huge training now to the team member that how our this particular product can change, can allow us to compete in the market. One interesting thing DTDC is observing in 33 years. 34 years in our learning, we only know that we are a domestic courier company. But over a period of time, in learning, relearning, unlearning, all this process, we understood that DTDC today on 34th year created certain strength. What are those strengths? International is one such strength, you said it. We have also discussed about when we developed our e-commerce product, right? E-commerce product is another product which possibly will take us to a different level. Sometimes, again, in this process, what we learned in the 10 years before while handling with one big e-commerce company, we learned something, right? And during that time, what we learned? That DTDC, with this current situation, we cannot do the e-commerce. But very quickly, within few years, we have also now relearning the way with our capability, with our organization position, we can do the e-commerce business. And that is the reason, a joyous message to all of you, that PUDO, the new initiative, a joyous message that how long tail e-commerce system we can grow. So that is the point I try to tell all the partners here. Please don't neglect this area. Sometimes this area, which is a growing area, looks to us challenge. It was a challenge for us when we started our premium product also, right? The time we started initial product, big challenge came to us that we cannot do this premium product. But in last 10-15 years, Jatinder, you also suggested, you also mentioned that how e-commerce product, how premium product, today we came with a new avatar with learning, unlearning process, with a cheap assured, with a money back guarantee. And that's the product we have to do. We discussed about our 100 retail counter. But this retail counter, we never said that 100 retail counter company must do it. We said that 100 top retail counter, retail presence, branding exercise, through which Rakhi also can be successful. This retail counter, if any franchisee can come forward to fulfill that requirement of that area, we'll always give to the franchisee partner. Let us not get a message to us that DTDC want to do something on its own. DTDC is a partner-based company, and once our executive director has very clearly said, go back to basics. That is the result came out of our unlearning process, that certain things possibly we are not doing correctly, we want to do it correctly now, and that is the reason go back to basic means let us do our job in an outsourcing model. Whatever we trying to do, lot of things today, we have to see that how do we outsource certain of our work, how do we focus on our core strength of our basic operation, and how do the last mile and other approach we can get it to the outsourcing, because our success will always come through development of partners, and how do we help the partners to move forward. Today morning, I found that one very interesting thing, one of the IT guy has shared in the morning. Swami has very clearly explained in his word, 4-letter word of DTDC. He said what DTDC should look for, what DTDC means for today. He said that DTDC is a dream factory. What is a dream factory? How this dream factory is delivering the dream? All of us today knowing it. He says that DTDC's T, he said DTDC must be going for the technology enabled. Every action what we do, DTDC must do technology enables. He said DTDC must understand disruption happening everywhere, and that is the reason DTDC must have a disruptive strategy from going forward. And he said the C, that contribution to society. DTDC's recent effort of water saving, whatever methodology we do it. DTDC's effort of doing our SSCF and the helping the unfortunate children. This is also going forward this. DTDC cannot be only looking into our revenue and the profit. DTDC also must be socially responsible, and that's the way we must move forward. Coming back to the team building, lastly I must tell you, yesterday was a very interesting day for me. Last 3 days, of course, very interesting. 24th was a birthday of one of my granddaughter. Yesterday was the birthday of another granddaughter, and today is the birthday of my another not granddaughter, possibly my child, which is DTDC, right? So yesterday, very interestingly, I was sharing with my granddaughter something. I said, look, Anushka, I have now written something which I like to deliver about team building to the team. She asked me, what is that? I said, look, I want to give an example of how each people can help each other. Well, what is this? I said, look, let us say in a jungle there is a fight going on, and there are 2 soldiers who are severely wounded. And one of them, they lost the leg, other lost their eyes, and they have to cross the jungle. How they do it? The person who lost the leg, he will write on the person who lost the eyes. And if both of them, they collaborate each other, then they can cross the jungle. Well, a very interesting story. Then I asked the question to her. So tell me how this story you have learned hare and tortoise story, right? I say, can you link this story of team building or collaborations and supporting each other in a hare and tortoise story? He said, yes, I can tell you. He said, look, you know the hare has the ability of running fast on the ground, and the tortoise has the ability of what? Swim on a river or a pond. If tortoise sat on the hare while going to the goal, then the hare can run faster and take the tortoise, and together they can go up to the ground. And if they face the river, what happens? Now, hare will sit on the tortoise and they will cross the. I said, very good. From where, what you like to give message to me? He says, look, that's the reason it's a child's ability to understand is so beautiful. He said, look, we must not underestimate by the look and the size of anybody. I repeat, you must not underestimate the power of people by the look and size. I like to relate the same thing today while thanking to all the people that in DTDC we have today's smallest franchisee, we have a biggest franchisee, we have a rural franchisee, we have an outsourcing franchisee, we have a smallest employee in the form of a delivery staff, we have a bigger executives, bigger managers, we have a graduates, we have a postgraduates, we have engineers, we have a MBS in the organizations. But if we underestimate or overestimate or whatever by the look and size or the situation of the people, possibly we are not going to extract the best of ability from the people. Here can do here's job better. Tortoise can do tortoise job better. In the organization, there are people who can bring business. There are people who can serve. DTDC's approach of the franchisee partners that encourage the partners who can serve and allow them, give them the ideas how they can grow within the organization by serving alone. People who can do business, we can also tell them how they can do business better along with the service. Similarly, among the employees of them, you please try to understand there are lots of people within the organization. They have the capability, they may not have the proper education, so-called proper education, but they have the skill and ability. If we can discover the strength within the organization, we may not need to go outside to search talent. There are talent within the company. And that talent search by every leader is very, very important. Sometimes we overlook what we have within us and sometimes we look outside. But I think looking inside is also very important so that inside people's talent, DTDC start encouraging it, DTDC will automatically grow from strength to strength. This strength must not be overlooked by these things. However, now I'd like to thank to all the people who have supported us for all these years, all the franchisees, all the partners, all the employees in our organization, and above all, I like to thank the member of the family. Today morning, some franchisee's wife called me in the morning and thanking me. I told her, very simple thing. Look, if you are not there serving the food on time on the plate, if you are not there taking care of the children in home, if you are not taking care that when he comes back exhausted back to home by giving a glass of water when he is tired, today your husband and our partner could not have come to this position. So I take the opportunity today thanking all the mother, all the wife, all the sisters of this organization. I have not finished. Also their children. The reason is, my understanding is, the sacrifice the children also do for the development of this organization is unthinkable. I know personally how much sacrifice my children given to develop this company to this year, this position. We missed so many things. We possibly could not give the time to our children when they required it most. So I like to tell everybody in this call, whether you are my franchisee partner or my company's employee partner, let us have a balanced life. Anything is one-sided is not good. throughout my 34 years and my 50 years of my life, I learned it in a very big way. And that is the reason I say that if your family is not balanced, if your children are not getting time from you, if the women worker for this company and the franchises as well, as Orpita reminded me, even the husband also sometimes, they also sacrifice for all of us. I think, possibly I'm missing my word somewhere, but my feeling is, because emotion is possibly taking toll of my speech, but I can tell, being emotional at this moment, that DTDC must practice balanced approach in whatever, every way we do it. Because without that, we will be making something happy somewhere, but certain place will keep a dent, and then money alone cannot bring it back. We are here to earn money, but for what? To make our family, to make our parent and our children happy. So DTDC is that culture, DTDC is that family-oriented approach must not be taken away. We must support each other, we must collaborate with each other, we must discover the strength in the people, and as a whole, DTDC's original support system between franchisee and the organizational employees, which has brought us here, I call upon every franchisee, please come together. There will be people across to come, new friends will be there to offer new things, but DTDC being physically available, our people being physically available, our relationship being physically available to all of you, will always be supporting each other to see that we all grow. So thanks to all of you once again, and I'd like to go back to what Abhishek said in his point, that organization is today in a very important phase. There are companies, Indian companies, who are now one by one already gone, and few are already in the growing process. And in that time, DTDC's current approach has to be, let's grow together. Let us be inclusive. Let us not take our different functions as more important, less important. I think we must understand that these 5 fingers required to make hum, right? Can you work with 1 finger? Why God created 5 fingers? Little finger, thumb. That means each and every one has something to contribute. On the learning, unlearning, learning process, sometimes you don't understand what this one is doing it. But can you do anything without this? Try. Can you write without using this? So I like to say that thumb, little finger, and every fingers are important for all of us. And that is the reason relationship, family culture, and support will be important for us. Thank you, everybody. Let's start a new journey from 34th year to 35th year to make customer support, customer excellence, and customer being our major focus, and that's the way we should move forward. Thank you, everybody. God bless you.
So no words to express. I'm sure everybody got emotional with the speech and the learning which sir has shared with all of us. And I don't want to add further more things here. We would like to go for a cake cutting. So I would request admin team to please bring cake here and, do a celebration for 34th Foundation Day. And after that, we'll end up our program, and we wish you once again, all of you, a happy 34th Foundation Day. And would like to thanks to each and everyone who actually contributed to make this successful here, outside India, within India, branches, all across. So thank you very much.
बत्तीस साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए DTDC, लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर।
भैया H14 Max Red Edition।
रेड एडिशन का तो स्टॉक खत्म है
बेटा, बाद में ले लेंगे।
अरे बाद में क्यों, बस 10 मिनट में ले लीजिए, नया स्टॉक बस आ गया।
जब मुस्काने हो बांटनी, आपके बिजनेस से जुड़ के हम हर मुश्किल को आसान बनाते हैं।
32 साल का तजुर्बा और नई सोच को लेकर बढ़ते इंडिया के साथ बढ़ते हुए DTDC, लेट्स ग्रो टुगेदर।
কিরে তন্ময়, কম্পিটিশন তো এসে গেল, কবে যাচ্ছিস স্পেন?
नहीं, अभी तो लाइन में खड़े हैं। अब बेटी ने बोर्ड्स में टॉप किया है तो नया फोन तो आज ही खरीद के देना पड़ेगा। हाँ,
Am I speaking to Vijayanti Seshagopala?
Yes.
I came across your website recently, and I love your clay horses. Can I order 10 of them over here?
Okay.
सर, H14 Max का बस 2 ही पीस बचा है, बाकी सारा बिक गया। लाइन देख रहे हो आप? ये देख रहे हो आप? आ जाए।
Hello. So I would request our directors to please come on stage and have this cake cutting.
Issue. तो दिया था। हाँ, बहुत good. All put together, please, bus. Thank you. Then you are over here. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.